Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. Just a second. It's loading. That's taking longer.
Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Okay, it's recording already. Okay, we have this morning an amazing call. I'm super excited to have Kimberly Starr. She, like her last name, she's Starr with double R. Super excited about what she has to share today. And we are ready after the call that we had Antoniette and now Kimberly. And then, of course, Christine is going to be saying something too. And we have an amazing call. And we are, again, super excited for the app. Make sure you mute yourself. I'm going to mute everybody. And then, Kimberly, you can unmute yourself. Okay. Okay, Kimberly, you can. Oh, perfect. You are. Welcome. Good morning.
Good morning and happy Thanksgiving Eve. This is such an exciting time. I love the holidays. And Christine this morning was showing us some of her photos of her winter wonderland. Oh my goodness, so gorgeous. And today is such a fun day. The preparations for meeting all friends and family. I live right downtown in the middle of Chicago, and so it is a party city. And I don't know where it is that you live, but everybody is coming home from wherever they live to visit the parents. Colleges are all out. All the college kids are in. I mean, it is crazy sometimes. So when you're going to just go to a few different new fun places, check them out, see who the crowd is, see if there's anybody that you might like to have on your team. So during this whole Christmas season and holiday season, Thanksgiving, this is the best time of year to build your business. First of all, uh, people are coming to, it's the end of the year, they're grateful, thankful for everything that has happened. Good things, challenging things, there's growth, but coming up for the new year is going to be really exciting. And so people are preparing, grateful and looking for the past year, and then looking toward the front. 2025. And my new line is Thrive with 3 in 2025. So have some kind of a fun little thing, a little motto of what you're going to say. And so when you're out and about meeting people or at the holidays, there are, so many people are wondering, what should I say? Like at the Thanksgiving dinner table, or maybe the Christmas or Hanukkah or any other holidays that you celebrate. Friendsgiving is always a wonderful thing too. And so don't be so worried. This is my message today. Don't be so worried about what you're going to say. Okay? The most important thing is listening. You want to find out what is going on in your friends, families' lives throughout this past year, maybe some new people that you haven't met, but you really want to listen more than you're talking. And during this whole time, you have masses of people around you. I just love it. I love it. It gives me energy. And so you're looking for clues. And in order to kind of find out more about these people without sounding like an interrogator, what's going on? Don't sound like that at all. It has to be fun, lighthearted, sincere from your heart. And so something that I have learned in this new three platform is form. I always did that before. I just didn't even know there was a name to it called form. And so that is an easy way to break the ice with people that you don't know, and also with the people that you haven't seen in a while, and just to get updates. So if you don't know what form is, it's asking people about the F stands for family. What's going on with your family? How's it going? And, how are the kids at school? What grades are they in? How are the parents? How's everybody in your family? So you want to find out about their family. And most of all, people want to know that you care. And they also want to feel appreciated. So they might come up to you and say, oh, Sherry, hey, what's new? What's happening? I hear you're all over Facebook and doing all these fun things. And you could say, well, yeah, I started a new little platform. It's a global thing, but let's talk about that later. Tell me more about you. What's happening with you? How's the job going? How's the family? You want to kind of deflect what their questions are about what you're doing, if they do know anything, or if they see you on social media, or if they heard, and really focus on what their needs are. Because everybody who is interested in this business usually has a need or a want. Or sometimes we say need or greed. So you want to find out what are the most important things to them, and then see where some of the challenges are, and then propose, not at that moment, but in the next few days or a couple of weeks, you're going to propose how maybe 3 could help them. So, all right, let's get back to the form. F is for the family. Check out, what's happening with the family. And then the occupation. O is for occupation. So how's the job going? What's up with that AI stuff? I do like the Chat GPT thing, but how is that going to affect your job? Have you thought about that? And they might say, oh, it'll be fine. It'll enhance my job. But later on, when we find out a third of the workforce will be laid off or something like that, they're going to be thinking about this. So you are actually, with every question that you're proposing or trying to find out more information about them, you're planting little seeds along the way. So whatever they think is great, you just might want to add something like, well, how's that going? Do you want to do it, as Christine would always say, forever? Every single time I say that, oh, I love my job, I'm getting a promotion. I say, great. You want to do that forever? And they say, well, no, not forever. And so then I say, well, good. It's always good to have something else as a plan B. Check it out, to have added resources, added streams of income. All famous, rich people have multiple streams of income. Even though this is like my only one right now, and what I love, after that, who knows? Make investments with my income, with my money from 3. I'll be making investments. So people have to look beyond what is current. Okay, so we have the family, occupation, and then let's see, R. R is for recreation. So you could even show like some of us that know Christine, we have all those pictures. Wow, are you going skiing? What's your thing? What are you going to be doing for fun over the holidays? Will you be like, is it skiing for you, or is it sun, mountains, or beach? And then I always say, well, both. I have friends in both areas of the country. I'll be visiting them all. But anyway, so you do want to find out what is their ideal dream vacation. Like, you could propose a question like this. Well, if you had your choice and money were no object, how would you spend your holidays with your family? Would you rent a mountain retreat for a week? Would you go to the islands and surf and, snorkel and do all of that? But if you had your choice, what would you rather be doing? And then they say, yeah, in my dreamland, in my dream world, I would love to do that. It's like, well, I'm in the business of helping people live their dreams. And sometimes when people ask me what I do for a living, I've always said this: I help people live their dreams. And they're like, wait, what? And it's like, yes, I help people have added income and the freedom that they need to live their life. All right, so their recreation, what do they do for hobbies? All sorts of, find out what they love most, and have they done it lately? A lot of people love to ski, but they haven't had the time or the money to go skiing. So in order of, and then you're finding out all this information, first of all, and you're kind of locking it away. But just spend a couple of minutes with each person in the room. And you want to make sure that you have their updated contact info. Let me see if this is, your right number. Has anything changed? And so you want to exchange numbers and then move on. You don't want to spend too long with each person because you have to make everybody feel special wherever you are, especially if it's a family function of any kind. You might be really engaged in some conversation with one of your friends or relatives at this family party, but honestly, everybody wants to see everybody. And so that's what you want to do. It's like, let's talk about more of this later, but at least you've got the intel on what makes this person tick. And that's the most important thing. All right, then I think the last one, a form: family, occupation, recreation, and motivation. What do you do to motivate yourself? How do you get up in the morning every day doing the 9 to 5? What gets you excited? And so you want to kind of find out what their dreams are, what some of their challenges are, what their big vision is for the family. And one thing that I think is really amazing about our company is that they will never lay you off. They will never downsize us, ever. I don't care what happens. And you are building a legacy business for the family. And even if your family is very, very small, you might want to sell it to somebody or leave it to some second or third cousins. But the thing is, you're creating a legacy for yourself. And I think it's really amazing. We can't do that anyplace else. You can't do that at a regular job. That's for sure. And so by using this form process of getting information from people, spending maybe 5-10 minutes with each person, it just depends. But you don't want to wear out your welcome. And then I know they will always ask you, well, tell me more about what you're doing, or what if they do know that your products, tell me about what your products are. It's really hard not to explain because you're excited about it. And you've seen so many wonderful reactions from people. We have all these testimonies that we hear about all the time. It's just really phenomenal. So it's hard not to share. But you do want to be leave a little space for them to be curious, because the ultimate goal is to get their information and set them up for an event. It won't be, you might not want to do it right in the moment, but sometimes they're excited. They're like, well, when can I hear more about this? It's like, well, let's, I'll give you a call tomorrow, check your schedule, and we'll get a date. You could do something like that, because I think less is more in these situations. And then they're going to be calling you. I've had it happen. It happens. They're like, as when I try to change the subject, they're like, well, wait, tell me more about all of that. And I would always say, it's like, I would love to. But, we are $100 million global e-commerce business. And there's no way I could tell you everything in 5 minutes. And we can't be rude to the rest of the people. So, let's just kind of keep in contact, get the information from each other. Where are you on Facebook? Are you using Facebook? And I've found, my trainer, he does not, he's like, wow, I haven't used Facebook in years. He's 24. So these people are not always on Facebook. So find whatever social media thing it is that they like. And also, when you're talking to people, we have all had little mini miracles for ourselves, no claimers. And George could probably say disclaimers or whatever like that. But, we're not curing or anything, but we've all had little mini miracles by getting excellent nutrition in our bodies and having the absorption. So you don't really want to talk about yourself. You don't want to talk about your own ailments. And if that person doesn't have the same problem you have, absolutely do not go there. Nothing is more boring. I'm sorry to say this, but nothing is more boring than to hear about somebody else's medical problems. And for any single men out there, I'm just going to tell you guys, do not go up to some woman at the gym and say, hey, what are your numbers? When I'm thinking he wants my digits for my phone number, he's asking me about my blood pressure and all this other weird numbers. I don't even know what they are. So really talk to people in their language in a way. You know, just because you're more concerned about your medical condition doesn't mean the person you're talking to is interested in that as well. So that's why you're kind of discovering what is of interest to them and speak to them in their language. If you're a beach baby and she's a ski nut or something like that, a ski bum, I guess that's the word, talk to her about the snow. Don't say something about, oh my God, I hate that stuff. You know, I'm at the beach. Connect with her on her level. Do something that she would be interested in talking to you about. Create connections. All right. So then the other thing is the art of like small talk is just informational, fun, engaging, being curious about, you know, what's next. I can't wait to talk to her or him again, not thinking like, all right, I already know everything and I've decided it might not be for me. And then you always are saying, well, you know, it may not ever be of interest to you. Who knows? Not everybody's into health and wealth. You know, I get it. Hopefully they're going to catch that and laugh a little bit, because who isn't? I mean, how, you know, I don't care. You could have all the money in the world, but if you're not healthy to use it and spend it and give it away, what's the point? So we are helping people live their dreams, being healthy and wealthy, have more fun, have more freedom, make a difference, make an impact in other people's lives. Another thing I've come across is when I'm sharing my business with anybody over the phone or old friends, a lot of them are starting to say, oh, can't wait to retire. I'm done. I don't want to do anything else. I just want to travel. All right. After traveling for about 3 months, they're going to be bored and they're going to want to do something else. And so you say, okay, well, great. I think that'll be wonderful. Traveling, are you going to be on the world, that one world ship that has a condo in it? Are you going to be traveling on the Ritz-Carlton? How are you traveling? Where are you going? You know, and if they're like, well, no, I can't do all that. Well, say, well, maybe after you're done traveling to, let's just say, Middle Indiana, just because I'm from Indiana or something. It's like, I don't know, I can't even remember what some of those lakes are I used to go to as a kid. But, you know, nothing bad about Indiana. We love that. But it's not like maybe your dream vacation. Or like Wisconsin. Okay, I had a cottage out in Door County. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But I need more than just that. And sometimes people do. And if you can help them, like enlarge their vision and think out of the box a little bit, not just have your dreams fit your paycheck or your income at the moment, have the bigger dreams, and let's figure out a way to increase the income to live that way. All right. So, connect on, you know, their social media, talk to them in their language, be fast and fun and exciting, leave them wanting more. You don't want to share everything, of course. Plus, you don't have enough time. You got to go meet Uncle Bob and other friends. And then another thing I think is really great is like, if people say, well, I don't want to do this, or I'm not interested, or anything like that, you could just say, you know what, that's fine. But I bet you know other people who would love to make 6 figures a year, an extra unlimited passive income, maybe 6 figures a month. It's possible. I have friends who do. So, so when you're trying to like help them think bigger, they might not say anything to you in the moment, but they will come back and they will say, gosh, I thought about that. And you even tell them, think about it. We could talk next week. maybe you know somebody, but you have to kind of plant seeds. So you're doing a couple of things, like you're a big game hunter, you're talent scouting, for possibilities for your board of directors and even for the filler people, which are really great. And I don't mean it in a bad way, but we all need consistent customers and users of the product. Not everybody is going to be a builder, but you need them all. Okay. And they need us. They need a community. They need the products. They need hope. And also, let's see, fast, big picture. Oh, this is so important. People are going to ask you, why are you doing this? I get asked that all the time. They're like, what? You've already been an engineer for 15 years, then you were in the pink company for another 25 plus years. You traveled the world. Why are you starting something new? Because I love that. I love that lifestyle. Are you kidding? Every time I'm in the elevator and I see somebody, they're like, where are you off to now? And what are some of your favorite places in the world? This is just, I don't know. That's my thing. It's not for a lot of other people. The people with the families and different things like that. I really think also that you need to be a role model for your children. Now that things might have changed, they're not babies. They don't need you constantly, and they don't want you around constantly, probably. And they're off to college, then they get their job. And then, I remember too in those times, my mom's like, what are you doing now? Can you come over? Can we go to the beach? And I felt so bad because I always said, no, Mom, I'm working. Because then I was at Amico and I was doing real estate on the weekends. And I said, but I won't be forever, And then I don't know. Well, it was too late with my poor mother, but but you got to make the time for your family too. That's what's really important. If you're always working and without the time for the family, you will regret that. It's really important. But all right, now I've kind of got off a different route. But when you have college age children, and then my mom actually went to college when I first did. In the beginning, it was just like, oh man, I don't know what I'm going to do, or whatever. And then she started college with me. And then she was the first one to make Dean's List with a job and another child in high school. And that was my sister. And then there was me in college or whatever. And I'm not getting Christine or George in. I am so sorry, you guys. I'm talking way too much. But my mom set the role model for me. And it's just like, wow, if she could be get first on a Dean's List doing all that, and it's like, what am I doing? I'm at a sorority and having fun and in engineering school. It's like, what's my problem? So then I started buckling down. So I think you are a role model for your children in the beginning in a certain way, and then later on as an adult, because they always look up to you. They're always going to run to you when you need something too. But when you've got your own game going on, they're like, wow, look at my mom. She is hot. And she is rich and she's taking us on vacation, or something. I just think it's just fun. All right, I've overspoken because we have 5 minutes to go. But Christine, and I know Christine was sharing with me some other things. Like, I always recommend that you be on every Zoom call as possible, because you're going to learn little one-liners and tidbits of what's going on in the environment, what's going on economically, in business, all these different things. When people say, oh, I love my job, or whatever, Christina told me that 1/3 of the people will be laid off because of AI. So these are the things that you need to have. Just shoot little one-liners for them to think about. It's like, thank God I've got my own job, my own entrepreneurial job. Haven't you ever thought about being an entrepreneur? Really? No, I don't understand that. And then walk away. But anyway, Christine, please say something. And George, please add in some of your pearls of wisdom of how to connect with people during the holidays.
Well, I don't even know what to say. I thought you did an amazing job. You covered everything. You were just the best training I've ever seen you do. I really mean that. You just were really just so great and energetic, and I think that just a few to reminders, just exactly what Kimberly was saying. It's really about form, is enjoying your holidays, meeting people, and not just attacking with your business, getting to know them exactly and doing the form, the family, the occupation, what are their dreams. But there's something else that goes in here too. If you're listening, really listening to people, two things. When you're talking to somebody, if you see them kind of going like, yeah, and they're kind of looking around and you're talking and they're looking around, that means they're not interested. I mean, watch what they're doing and be quiet and just, or I might say, oh, is there somebody you're looking for? I might to try to bring them back in a nice way, to let them know either that or what we're saying, they're just not interested. And then say, well, it was nice seeing you again, and move on. Don't even waste your time, but watch people's faces. And you know what I'm talking about. When you're engaged, haven't you seen it a million times? They're kind of like, okay, and you have to be very careful, even for you yourself, when people say, well, how are you? You don't, exactly what Kimberly said. You don't want to say, well, I've been sick and this happened, and you start telling your whole sad story. Most people, I want to be real clear on this. Most people just use that phrase, how are you? They don't expect you to come and say, you just wouldn't believe my dog got ran over, and then I was sick and my mom was in the hospital. And you're going, enough information, too much information. I don't really care, because most people really don't care. That's the deal. So, I mean, they don't, I mean, they're very nice, but they don't want to, you know why? Because they have enough of their own problems. They don't need to hear yours, and you don't need to dump on them. They're looking for hope and inspiration and possibilities. The big thing also dealing with people is the pain. Find out what is their pain button inside. Kimberly did an amazing job about, I help people build dreams, helping them dream again. This is so important, but there's a pain in there.
Mhm.
There's something. And so you need to listen. What is it really? Maybe it's exactly what Kimberly was saying, that maybe deep down they've retired, but deep down they're going, I don't know how I'm going to make it. I don't know if I'm going to have enough money to retire, or wow, life passed me up and I wish I had. There's always something down. I wish I had. And that might be a question if they're at that point. What is it that if you were to look back in your life, if you could change things, what would you do differently? It's that time of year. We're looking for new goals, new opportunities. What would you do differently? Just ask questions, because you will find out. And then when they tell you and they open up, because nobody ever does that with them. Most people are too busy moving around, just talking. But using the form, asking about what would they do differently, you can find out a lot of information. And exactly what Kimberly says, just say, you know what? I might have something for you. Love to share it with you sometime. Let's connect numbers. I might have a solution for you. I know everybody's nervous. I know you're probably nervous about AI, aren't you? I mean, I couldn't even believe it. That most companies in the world now, if companies last year spent over $500 billion in new AI technology. It's scary for all of us. Some jobs are going to be gone. But imagine by year 2030, there's going to be, the companies will have spent over $10 trillion in AI. That's where a third of the world's jobs will be lost. Do you have your backup plan? Isn't it amazing? Oh, I'm so glad I have my new career, you know. And so you just kind of put them in, just like Kimberly was saying. She did a masterful job on that. And less is more. It's not to go in, oh, we have I have all these amazing products. I feel so much better. No, you are just planting the seeds of curiosity. What are you doing? And bringing up their pain, or what have they lost? What would they like to do in the future? Nobody else is doing that with them. You are the angel that has arrived. You are coming and creating hope for everyone. Just don't verbal vomit. And what Kimberly said also was common ground. If they are talking about something, fine. Especially if you're single, you want to find a common ground to attract that person that they think, oh, they're like me. I like them. They were interested in me. It's a common ground that you have something. Oh, do you watch football? The guys might say, do you watch football a lot? Yeah, well, which team do you like? Just create a common interest so that they like you. This is important. And absolutely do not talk politics unless you know their political affiliation and you agree with them, and that's on a QT. But I definitely do not get into the dinner table, because you will have different you'll have Democrats, you'll have independents, you'll have Republicans, and you don't want to spoil their day. You just want to avoid that. You could be hopeful. I'm just so excited about my new life. The world is changing, exciting, but don't get into any personalities, because if you are thinking you want to recruit that person and then you're a Republican and they're a Democrat, and then they say, oh, I'm so glad President Trump got in. And then the Democrat at the table is going, oh, I don't like her. I don't like him at all. Then they're shutting you down. So you have to be very careful not to even go there. That is called financial suicide. That's financial suicide. You do not talk about politics or religion when you're meeting new people, unless you absolutely know about them. But I just don't know what else to say, Kimberly. You just covered everything. It's just help people dream again. Listening is the big thing. If you are at the dinner table, you might drop some hint. I mean, I always do this. If you've talked to them going around, as Kimberly said before, they have little appetizers, and then you haven't got to them yet. You might just say some comment like, wow, I'm just so excited for the new year. I just found another way to make $100,000 that'll help me get my kids through school. Oh, would you pass the stuffing, please? That's all you say. You don't say anything else. And if someone says, well, what is that? What do you mean you just found a way to make another $100,000? And say, oh, I'd love to talk to you after dinner. Let's enjoy our dinner, and we'll talk afterwards. That's all you do. But you've dropped a seed in there. They're going, what? What was that? You're not going to go on and on and on about the table. I'm going to make these millions of dollars, and I have this amazing products. I'm here to save every single one of you. This is not about you. This is about the people finding what their pain or their hope or their dreams. And even people that are retired still have dreams deep down in their heart. Really important to find. But find the pain. Find the pain. What is they've missed out in their life. So happy Thanksgiving to everyone. I know you'll be amazing. There'll be more people all around you. And again, Kimberly, you did an amazing job. I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thanks, Christine.
Really.
Yeah, I agree. Great job. And the most important part that she said in the whole conversation, and everything was important, less is better. You
Absolutely.
talk too much and you're going to scare people. And remember, if you want a future where you can make money, make sure you follow everything that you've been taught for people that have been there. And again, less is better. Definitely. Don't talk too much, because that scares people. They scare me. One of the reasons I didn't join network marketing at first is because people were saying too much. But anyway, thank you very much. I'm super excited about everything. Happy Thanksgiving. Even if I hope tomorrow you have an amazing day and you have a healthy turkey. Yeah, sure. Anyway. But let's have fun, and I don't know if anybody wants to, or you, Kimberly, wants to add one more thing before we leave.
Well, I just am so grateful for all of you for being here, for being so kind. This is stepping out of my own personal comfort zone. I love talking to people, but this training is not my thing. And so we all have to step out of our comfort zones to really grow and to level up. And I just love three. Christine is my queen of business and life and all of that. And all of my colleagues and everybody else here, George and Adrian, we're so happy and grateful that you welcomed us under your huge umbrella. And I love all of the people that I work with so much. And it's just thank you, thank you. I'm over the top excited. This is going to be an outstanding year.
I agree. Happy Thanksgiving, and thank you very much, everybody. And this obviously, like always, is recorded, and make sure tomorrow, well, when you are talking to your family, don't try to say, hey, do you want to be a distributor? That doesn't work. But anyway.
Well, wait, George, didn't you have a solution to that?
Yes, just create just curiosity. Just say people, well, of course, this is Thanksgiving. I'm not going to tell you, but I'm so excited about something. Let me call you tomorrow. What is it? I call you tomorrow. Let's eat turkey. Pass me the gravy.
Right.
Just make sure you get the curiosity there. Curiosity, we say curiosity killed the cat. No, we are not going to kill anybody, by the way. It's just curiosity.
And I
Thank
think
you very much.
said, if you have the knife in your hand, it's like, can I have your number with the knife?
Yes, that's true. You are carving, you don't want to, yeah, don't be that person. Hey, I have a knife. Do you want to join? Thank you very much.
funny.
Have an amazing day, everybody. An amazing Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving,
you,
everybody.
everyone. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Yes, have a
Thanksgiving.
Awesome
wonderful
job,
day.
Kimberly.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Thanksgiving. Thank y'all.
Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Bye.
Great job, Kimberly.
Great job, Kimberly.
Happy
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Here we go, Kimberly.
Happy Turkey Day. Gobble, gobble.
Yay!
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Thanks, my $1 million girlfriends and boyfriends. Like,
Great
Great
job.
job,
We love
Kimberly.
you.
Great job.
Crazy.